YouTube, what's going on, guys? My name is Kid, and today I'm starting off a new series called Ballin on a Budget. For a long time, I've always kind of been stuck in the headspace of you need great equipment in order to succeed. You need to be able to have the better quality, so the higher the price tag, the better the quality. Those things go hand in hand. So I was stuck in this warp of buying the expensive products and utilizing these expensive products in order to create content across different platforms. And what I realized slowly was a lot of people think that, and a big way is to ball on a budget and find products like the FIFINE AM8 Dynamic Microphone here and put it to test and see how it compares to higher end products that can be used, for the same exact thing. Now, for a long time, I've used a Rode K2 microphone. For those of you who aren't familiar with microphones in general, the Rode K2 is something I would consider to be a mid-level microphone. It is an extremely expensive microphone for the average person. It's good for things like vocal production. I used it for instrument recording as well. But in terms of using it for podcasting, content creation, and YouTube and such, like I am doing now, it's not the greatest. It has the audio quality, don't get me wrong. However, it's large, its power supply takes up a lot of space, and utilizing an audio setup like that can kind of be limiting if you don't have the space to utilize it properly. So, in an attempt to use something different, I decided to do some research and I looked into the FiFine AM8 microphone, and at a whopping price tag of, I think I got it for $45, same day shipping on Amazon. It's supposed to bolster a lot of high quality aspects that higher end microphones or higher end variants of this style of microphone carry, but in a cheaper price tag. So we're going to put that to use today. You guys are currently hearing the audio from my iPhone, but as we move through the video, you guys are going to hear the audio from both the XLR input on the FiFine AM8 and the USB connection on the FiFine AM8. I have everything laid out behind me. As you can tell, I've already recorded the unboxing of this product, and I'm going to begin to go over some of the specifications and some of the connections and cool little features that this microphone does have. And then I'm going to compare it to a microphone that I've used for a really long time in the Rode K2. Well, I'm not going to take that setup apart. I'm going to go over some of the advantages that this microphone has that the more expensive item does not. So stay tuned, guys. Keep watching. If you enjoy, like and subscribe. Make sure you guys share the content. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think about the AM8 FiFine microphone. Let me know what you use in your setup. And I can't wait to dive into this product and start the official Ballin on a Budget series with you all.
And now I'm actually using the FiFine AM8 audio itself. I'm using the USB connection instead of the XLR connection in the beginning, so you guys can get a difference of the quality between the two. Now, the packaging that this item comes in is really sleek. It contains all the information that you need to know about the product, like the controllable RGB, the gain control, and the cardioid pattern of the microphone, as well as right on the front, there is the XLR USB connection, and then some cool little tidbits or catchphrases on the other side of the box. But what really matters is obviously what's in the box, so let's jump right into it. Now, right at the top of the box, you guys will see that there is a user guide, which will contain everything that you need to know about the product, how to use the product with the different connections, as well as how to troubleshoot anything you may come across, as well as the base for the stand itself. The base is actually pretty heavy. I thought it was going to be a cheaper plastic, but it's built really well. And on the bottom, there's a silicone grip ring around the outside, so if you're utilizing it on a slippery desk surface, you don't have to worry about it sliding around. Now, as we get into the nitty-gritty of the package itself, what really matters is the microphone. As you can see, the microphone is packaged on the second layer really well inside the box. The swivel mount on this is dual-sided, which allows you 360 degrees of rotation, and on the face of the microphone is the mute and unmute button. On the opposite side is where you have the RGB controls, the microphone gain level, and the headset volume level knobs that you guys can tweak to your liking. The swivel mount has a female adapter on the bottom that fits right on to the male on the other end on the base, which is really cool. It does allow you to utilize this on a desk, move it around to different rooms. I don't think I'll be using it for that. but it is still pretty cool. Now, what I will note is when this microphone is on a desk, you're going to notice sounds if you tap anything. The pop filter is also removable, which is a really cool feature, which allows you to see inside the microphone, give you an idea of what's in it and how it works. You can easily take it off and put it right back on. And then the cool thing about this box is it's really easy to just pop open, throw the microphone in if you're going to travel or if you have to move. It really allows an extra protective layer to the microphone itself if you're ever having to move it. This microphone, at face value, the quality, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. There are parts of this microphone that feel a little cheap, but I think they cheaped out on the right things. Now, one thing they did add in is this USB cable, which I'm using now, which is a USB-C to USB cable, but it also doubles as a USB to US or USB-C to USB-C cable with a built-in adapter on the cable itself. That's a really cool feature. I think that's a really good selling point too. You don't have to worry about whether or not you have USB-C or you have USB connections. You can just have the reassurance of knowing you can use either. Now, I did have an XLR cable lying around, which I can show you here on the video, but the item itself does not come with an XLR cable. I highly recommend you run this product with an XLR cable, so if you don't have one, make sure that you add one into your cart with the AM8. And here's a quick look at the RGB. Now, my office is pretty well lit, so you can't tell in the video how good these RGBs are, but they're really good for the quality of this microphone. One thing I will note is that in order to use the RGB, you have to utilize the USB cable setup. Here's a good look at the microphone on the stand. You get an idea of how it looks. It is quality, it's heavy, but it does allow travel through the microphone if you are tapping your desk and using this on a desk. It has 360 degrees of a swivel, so I would recommend using this on a boom arm, and the microphone is compatible with Mac, Windows, PS4, and PS5, not Xbox.
Well, that'll do it for the first ever installment of Ballin on a Budget with Kid, where I reviewed the FIFINE AM8 Dynamic Microphone. Let me know if this is something you would add into your setup for $45. And also let me know in the comments if there's anything in particular you guys are looking for equipment-wise that you'd like me to look for something budget-friendly that I can review here on the channel. Thank you guys for watching. As always, my name's Kid, and